Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into an explainer that is going to completely flip the script on everything you thought you knew about anti-aging. We all kind of have this idea baked into our heads that staying young requires dropping a absolute fortune on fancy creams, right? Or that we need to suffer through exhausting daily routines just to keep the wrinkles away. Well, today we're unpacking some truly mind-blowing insights directly from a medical specialist who's been on the front lines of regenerative medicine. We're going to comfortably debunk some massive skincare myths. So, are you ready? Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly do people in their 60s and 70s who still have incredibly youthful skin all have in common? Now, you might be wondering, oh, they definitely live super strict lives and put in absolutely grueling effort every single day. But spoiler alert, the real answer involves far less effort than you might think. Now, I want to be clear. What we're talking about today isn't just someone's random opinion or a wild guess. See this number right here? 20? That represents nearly 20 years of clinical observation. We're talking about 2 decades of frontline experience from a doctor specializing in regenerative medicine and plastic surgery. This is some serious, heavy-hitting authority we're leaning on here. And over those 20 years, this specialist didn't just see a handful of patients. We're talking about thousands. Literally thousands of women. By carefully observing and interacting with such a massive number of people, the doctor started to spot some incredibly clear, undeniable, and objective patterns. So these counterintuitive conclusions we're about to look at, they are backed by a massive amount of real-world data. Section 1. The common traits of youthful-looking people. The 3 surprising characteristics. Section 2. Trait number 1. A well-proportioned body, which is the true foundation of a youthful impression. And this brilliantly illustrates our first major point. When you look at someone and immediately think, wow, they look so young and vibrant, that very first impression actually doesn't start with the tiny details on their face. It starts with their overall physical physique. As you can see, individuals who look significantly younger generally aren't extremely skinny, nor are they overweight. They hit this perfect sweet spot. They maintain a beautifully balanced, well-proportioned body with great posture. Honestly, having that natural physical foundation is a way stronger indicator of youth than any expensive outfit you could buy. Moving right along to Section 3. Trait number 2. Lazy skincare. Yes, doing less is actually more. Okay, get ready because this is where the real aha revelation happens. Society basically trains us to expect that older folks who look amazing must be spending, 100 to 200,000 yen on ultra-luxury cosmetics. We picture them doing a strict, grueling 1-hour skincare routine every morning and another intense 1-hour routine every night. But surprisingly, they absolutely do not do this. They literally skip the steps we've been told are absolutely essential. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this exact quote. When asked, these incredibly youthful patients will often just say, I honestly don't do anything special. And you might think they're just being modest, right? Nope, they mean it literally. Some of them proudly admit to being completely lazy with their routine, or even, gasp, occasionally falling asleep with their makeup on. It turns out, contrary to popular belief, the people who keep their youth are remarkably low maintenance. So what does this all mean medically? Why does being lazy actually work? Well, it boils down to one word: friction. When you spend 1 to 2 hours every single day aggressively patting in lotions, rubbing in serums, or leaving on sheet masks, you are actively applying physical friction to your skin. Ironically, the exact routine you're obsessively doing to prevent aging is actually damaging the skin tissue and causing the wrinkles and age spots you're trying to avoid. Sometimes doing absolutely nothing and just leaving your skin alone is the absolute best care you can give it. Let's head into Section 4. Trait number 3. Non-dependence on cosmetic medicine. Escaping the beauty trap. Now, look, I get it. It is incredibly tempting to chase after youth using medical procedures. It's totally natural to want to look a bit younger. But what happens when you constantly rely on a full course of treatments, like thread lifts to pull the face up, hyaluronic acid for volume, and Botox to crease wrinkles? Well, sure, the sagging and wrinkles disappear temporarily, but to a specialist eye, it instantly creates a highly recognizable unnatural aesthetic. You start to look dependent. People who truly retain their natural youth manage to avoid falling into this endless cycle. The specialist's objective observation makes this contrast super clear. On one hand, you have someone who's had excessive cosmetic surgery. Sure, they might have zero wrinkles and a perfectly tight jawline, but they still distinctively look like a 70-year-old, just an uncomfortable, unnatural 7-year-old who's had a lot of work done. On the other hand, look at a natural 70-year-old. They might have some crow's feet or laugh lines, but they possess a genuine, vibrant youthfulness that just radiates from within. Erasing every single wrinkle isn't the magic ticket to looking young. So the crucial point is Section 5, what natural youth actually is, finding the natural balance. Let's summarize what we should actually take away from these 20 years of massive clinical data. True anti-aging is not an endless, frantic cycle of obsessive corrections, chasing an impossible modified ideal. It's actually about embracing a well-proportioned body, keeping physical friction on your skin to an absolute minimum, and simply accepting natural aging as a beautiful process. The specialist's ultimate answer lies in maintaining this effortless, natural balance. I want to leave you with this really provocative question from the specialist to wrap up today's explainer. Is the real goal of anti-aging simply to return to a slightly earlier version of yourself? Think about that for a second. Are your daily habits naturally bringing out your future smile, or are you just unnecessarily exhausting your skin because you think you have to? Keep these surprising facts in mind, and maybe give your own daily routine a little second thought. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.